Hello everyone, it's time for another library update. Another month just flew right by. And so we're already to May. Got kids getting antsy about school year being done.
Well, they've been antsy. They've been antsy for months about that.
Right. But we're also at the library gearing up for our summer activities, including and especially summer reading. So Kathryn, you want to tell us a little bit about those preparations?
Very little, because I want to tell you a lot about it next month when it actually happens. So unfortunately, during May, we don't do any programming. So I leave the month open for schools to contact me to come and visit, or for them to come and visit us, so that they can introduce the library to young readers, introduce the concept of summer reading. Some of the kids have done it, some haven't. We have a lot of young students come to visit us. So first graders typically come in and visit us during that week, and or anytime during the month. And I'm really looking forward to all of the visits. And I also need time to just get ready. Like, there's a whole space in my office I have to clean out so I can put all of the stuff for summer reading, all the prizes and everything on there, Joe.
I can verify that.
And I have to get all the storage container. I mean, just there's a mass of stuff to do. I was just upstairs sewing decorations onto fishing lines so I can hang them up and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot. And I'm also taking a vacation because I really need it. But I will need that rest before we get started. Anyway, I do want to tell you the theme this year is Color Our World. It is going to be bright and beautiful upstairs. Not that it isn't already, but it'll just be more bright and beautiful. The summer reading program begins on June 9th. We had to wait until the public school was out of school, so the first Monday after they are out is the 9th of June. You can pick up your reading record. We'll have it available the week before. So Friday of that first week of June, on the 6th, we'll start then. I don't want to give it out too early. I mean, I will if you're going on vacation, and if you are with one of the parochial schools and you're leaving before June because you're out early, stop by and pick them up. Just let me know who you are and what you're doing, and ask for them, and I will be happy to pass them out early. But you can't start recording your reading until June. So for the younger kids, their reading record, and this is kids birth through 5th grade, their record is like a row for each week, and there's a date at the beginning when you could start that week and an end date of that week. So each week they do get a little prize, and we like to keep a record of, their reading. We're just asking them to read 20 minutes a day for 6 days of the week. And 20 minutes is the kind of magic number that researchers have picked just through a lot of research, and that is the number of minutes that you read a day to keep your reading level where you're at. If you read more challenging books, obviously you're going to raise your level. The thing we don't want to do is read less and have our level go backwards. We don't want to start 3rd grade reading at a 2nd grade level where you were when you started 2nd grade. You want to keep that reading level up. So practice makes perfect, and practicing, at least 6 days a week is really good for you. So that's what we ask for the younger kids. If you're in 6th grade through entering your senior year of high school, in the fall this year, you will get a calendar view. And we ask you to read for half an hour a day at least, and 6 days of the week, and you will mark off the days that you read starting with June 9th. We have a ton of activities. We'll talk about those next update. The reading program is 8 weeks long, so August 3rd is the last day that you could record reading. And I want to make sure I get this right because I don't want to say it wrong. So completed reading records will be accepted no sooner than August 4th, because we're not open on the 3rd. And no later than August 9th. But we'll go over that again. When you come in to pick up your reading record, that's when we'll tell you all the things that you need to know. And you can call us anytime. Anytime.
Or you can rewatch this video.
You can rewatch the video. But anytime with questions about summer reading, we're happy to answer. Anytime we're open, we will answer the phone and we will answer questions for you. And if I'm not here or my counterpart, Miss Amy, is not here, who we've planned this whole program, we'll call you back. Have no fear. So, and that's true for any question you have about the children's room, not just summer reading. We're happy to answer questions all the time. So that's it in a nutshell.
Right.
So I can be quiet now. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But.
And so, yeah, if you want to call the library, of course, the library's phone number is 507-359-8331.
Both of us.
I had like a bunch of numbers like
I know.
start stringing into my brain. But
Sorry.
it's fine.
Not good at helping
But,
you out.
yeah, and of course, you can always see the things going on at the library on our events calendar on the website at newulmlibrary.org. Even though there isn't any children's programming in May, we've got plenty of adult programming, and some of that is fun for the whole family.
Oh, yeah.
Chess Club, of course, still meets every week, all ages. Every week when I pop into Chess Club,
Yeah.
age range of at least 5 decades. And so go learn to play, watch a game, play a game. It's a fun time. Every Tuesday evening at the library that we're open at 6 p.m. until a little bit before we close. We've got our art and craft program. So we have our knippling, the traditional bohemian bobbin lace weaving. I always feel like that's a tongue twister.
It is.
But today is Tuesday, so they are meeting today right now, actually, upstairs. They are a fun group. They produce fabulous works of beautiful lace. It's a great cultural heritage that they are preserving and passing on. You can stop in, you can ask them questions. It's not a class, but they can tell you how to get started, and they'll encourage you if that's what you'd like to do. We've got our needleworking group. They meet every Wednesday morning at 9:30 until about noon. You don't have to stop in right at 9:30. Any time in the morning there that you can come, you're welcome to come, and they meet up in our adult nonfiction area, and they always have a lot of fun. Again, many different types of needlework. If you have something you'd like to get ready for the fair, it's a great group to work with and socialize with.
That's true. Think about
Give you
that.
some motivation for your project. That's a great one. Our art group is wrapping up their season, so they meet September through May. So the last day for the art group is going to be Wednesday, May 14th. They meet down here in the meeting room Wednesday afternoons from 1:30 to 3:30, and so they are going to be meeting for the first 2 weeks in May, and then they take their break for the summer, and they'll come back in September. Did I mention the knippling meets from 1 to 3 on
Oh, no,
Tuesdays?
you
I
did
think I
not.
forgot
You
the time.
forgot the
Yeah,
time.
1 to 3 on Tuesdays, and they meet down in the adult fiction area, kind of over by the elevator. It's a nice little quiet table there
Oh.
with some good afternoon sun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice spot. We've got our book clubs, of course. Our Litwitz Book Club is going to be meeting next Monday, May 5th at 6:30 in the evening, and they're going to be discussing Marie Benedict's The Personal Librarian based on actual events, so historical fiction. We're looking forward to discussing that. They meet up in the Fred Johnson room. Our history book club is finally coming back from their winter locale. They're going to be back in the Fred Johnson room.
A little south.
Right.
A little south.
They meet on the third Tuesday of each month, so that's going to be Tuesday, May 20th at noon, and they're going to be discussing The Sisterhood by Liza Mundy, which is about women in the early CIA.
Ooh,
So
that sounds interesting.
it's a pretty dense book from what we're seeing so far, but lots of information, really interesting. And then we've got our mystery book club. Now the library will be closed on Memorial Day, which is Monday, May 26th, so we won't be open that day. And usually the mystery book club meets on the last Monday of the month, and so they're going to meet a week early.
Ooh.
So they'll be meeting on Monday, May 19th at 6:30 in the evening. Thankfully, it's a cozy mystery, a little bit easier to read,
I love cozy
not
mysteries.
super dark or anything like that. And so we're going to be discussing Fatal First Edition by Jen McKinley. The main character is a librarian.
Fun.
It's
I
great.
might have to read that one.
It's a fun series. It's not the first book in the series, but I've read a couple of them so far, and you can tell that the author is a librarian.
Oh.
Because she gets it, like what's going on behind the scenes and all that. So
That's
that's a
always
fun part to relate to.
Yeah.
So that's great. So we've got our book clubs. Poetry group, of course, is meeting on the second Monday of the month, so that's going to be Monday, May 12th at 6:30 in the evening. Come on by, read some poems, listen to some poems. We have people that just listen. We have people that bring their own. We have people that share poems from what they've been reading or old favorites. Anything is good. Then we've got the Ulm Film Society is going to be starting their next film series.
Oh, that's right.
And so we just wrapped up our film series on America at War. And so our next film series is baseball. And we're going to be showing them month by month in chronological order of the events taking place in the movie. So not when they were released, but like when the time period that the movie's set in. And so our first one is 8 Men Out. It came out in 1988, but it's set in the 1920s, talking about how the World Series got fixed by the mob. And the baseball players who were involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be really interesting. So they meet on the second Tuesday of each month, and so that's going to be Tuesday, May 13th at 6:30 in the evening. Should be a fun movie. Sticking with our movies, we've got our senior movie matinees.
Yes.
Friday afternoons at 1 p.m. We're up into the 1970s for May. So our first one is Duel. Steven Spielberg's first film, and so it's like a thriller set on the road.
Does everybody have to wear socks and Birkenstocks or sandals?
I don't
That would be a good
think
homage
so.
for
There
Steven.
might be cowboy boots. I don't know, but
True.
Yeah. So our first one is Duel. So that's this Friday, May 2nd, and then since we got 5 Fridays in May, we got 5 movies.
Oh,
Then
wow.
we got Smokey and the Bandit.
Of course.
Burt Reynolds, I think, and then the Stepford Wives. Intense.
Yeah.
And follow that up with High Anxiety.
Of course.
And then last one is for the last Friday in May is going to be the China Syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
So that one should be interesting too. So we've got great movies every Friday afternoon, 1 p.m. Come down to the meeting room for those. We're very excited. This year we are bringing back the Nintendones Video Game Jazz Orchestra. So they are going to be here this Saturday, May 3rd at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And so
What a fabulous group. It's all, and they're all local magicians. They're kind of magicians.
kind of with their music, yeah.
But they were so good last year. And this room was packed. It was
with
so
people,
hot.
yeah.
And so many people just kept coming in. And I was like, oh gosh, we're in trouble if the fire marshal stops by. But what a wonderful performance.
Oh, yeah. Lots of fun.
Man, they're good. And they're so, like, you can recognize each of them from another musical group that they're in. But boy, it was great.
Yeah, it's a great ensemble, very talented, and you know, if you love video games, if you love jazz music, come on down, see how they've arranged these video game theme songs
You can
into jazz
recognize
compositions.
every single one of them,
Oh yeah,
which
they're-
this I think is just a feat of genius that you can recognize each and every one. He doesn't even have to tell you what it is. If you know video games, obviously.
I mean, he does tell you, and
Yes,
there were a couple
thankfully.
places where, in the middle of songs, they had some riffs that they put in, and if you recognize the video games, so it was mostly a piece on something else, but then they pulled in something from a different video game song,
Yeah.
and so that was really fun. And
They were
they've got
great.
some new ones,
Oh.
and as well as some of the more familiar ones as well. So we're very much looking forward for that. So this Saturday, May 3rd at 1 p.m., the Nintendones right here. And again, we're very grateful to the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund for making programs like that possible, which is a great thing. We've got the Civil War Roundtable has their last meeting of the season.
Oh, yeah.
So they take a break in the summer as well. They meet September to May. And so that's going to be Tuesday, May 20th at 6:30 in the evening. And then we've got our genealogy club.
How was the field trip?
Field trip was great. So in
Good.
April, we went to the Watonwan County Historical Society. We had a bit of a downpour on the road. It's down in Medelia. The museum is fabulous. I'd recommend people go check out the museum at the Watonwan County Historical Society. They have so many donated artifacts from like over a century's worth
Cool.
of things. Just clothing and household items and furniture and just
Oh,
it's
wow.
fabulous displays. They've done a great
That's
job
so
with the
cool.
displays. But we went there for their research library and had a great time. Their staff was very helpful, knowledgeable. helped members of the club find clues and hints to things they were looking for, which was
That's
great.
neat.
So it was a productive field trip as well. So we're excited for that. I think our next field trip I'll have to plan is we'll go to the Nicollet County Historical Society over in St. Peter. So look out for whenever I get that
Right.
figured out.
Upcoming. That's
But
good.
regular meeting, Genealogy Club, Thursday, May 15th at 6:30 in the evening, right here. I think that wraps it up for programs, but we do have some other things we wanted to talk about. So if you've been into the library in the last couple weeks, you may have noticed the DVDs aren't where they used to be. And there's a good reason for that. Now, if you came to the library a long time ago, then you'll be like, oh, the DVDs are back where they were.
Oh, really?
But,
I had
they
no
were
idea.
upstairs. They used to be
Oh.
upstairs. I don't know if they were in that exact same spot. But
Yeah.
the DVDs have moved from the main floor up to the back wall in adult nonfiction. So take the stairs, take the elevator going up. Nice display. They look really nice.
They
up
look
there.
really good.
They look
back
really
there.
good. And so they're up there. And the reason they're up there is because this month in May, our study pods are getting installed. We are so excited for this. And so we will have quiet study rooms. Look forward for more information about the policy for those rooms, how you'll be able to make reservations and that kind of thing. And we'll be getting the new room for our memory lab so that I can start working on furniture setup to get everything there, because it looks kind of hodgepodge at the moment, but it works.
Yeah.
So we're very much looking forward to that, and that's an exciting thing coming. So by the time summer reading rolls around, those should be here
Yep.
and installed and ready to go. And that means magazines will also be moved.
The
as
magazines
well.
will go up, and they'll be right at the top of the stairs when you walk up, or if you come off the elevator. They're literally right in front of you for both, but kind of in front of the DVDs.
Yep, so those will be up there.
Yep.
We also have, they'll be here for a couple more weeks yet. We have 3 displays related to Earth Day up around the library. Upstairs in adult nonfiction, we have a great display on invasive plant species. So go check that out, including informational pamphlets and books to help deal with those. Some of them are kind of nasty.
Yeah, I have a few in my yard, of course.
So got to get rid of those. Over by our microfilm computer, kind of where the DVDs used to be, we have a great display on the pollinator park.
Love the pollinator.
Kathryn was trying to negotiate with me to get that swapped
I
up
want
into
it
the children's room
upstairs.
because it's very bright and colorful.
But there are a lot of kids in it too.
Yes,
so-
that's true. The pictures do have a lot of kids. Pollinator Park is a great place. If you haven't been there on the north end of town, there's some great information on it there with the display, and they're looking for volunteers too.
Oh,
So
cool.
if you're looking for something to do, fun outside, get involved in nature, they're looking for volunteers at the Pollinator Park. And then currently up in the children's room, kind of over behind Storytime area.
And it's also a very lovely display, I will say.
It is. Every day is Earth Day display, ways to get out in nature around New Ulm. There's a fabulous list of resources of places to go to get out in nature around New Ulm, whether you're walking, hiking, biking, camping, canoeing, swimming, kayaking, you get the idea. If you want to see waterfalls, so they've compiled a great list. All of these were put together by Minnesota Master Naturalist Joe Gartner. Used to teach science here in New Ulm. He's a great guy. And so he's put those together. We're very excited that they're here. And so take advantage of the great information that's been put together there. Use it for planning activities this summer. Go for that. Our last thing that we want to talk about is a bit more personal for us as librarians. There are a lot of things going on politically right now that affect people in different ways, and we're not going to get into opinions of those. But what has happened is that the Institute for Museum and Library Sciences, their funding is currently, frozen.
Yes.
Is the right word for it. And one of the reasons why we want to talk about that is because it's that funding that makes it possible for us to have an interlibrary loan program at the state level. If you have ever been able to request a book or a movie from another library because we didn't have it here in New Ulm, it's those funds that make it possible for our library to be able to give you access to those materials. And so we are encouraging people to reach out to their congressional representatives at the federal level and let them know how important this funding is to help make sure that libraries can literally bring you the world. And so just encourage you to do that. You can find out more about that by visiting the Minnesota Library Association website. I believe they have some information up there. Yes, please, if you love your library, by all means, help support us in that way so that people can get that.
It literally is as simple as if you type in a search engine, who is my congressman? They will direct you to a website where you can type in your zip code and find out
Yep.
who represents you in the Congress and the Senate, and you can write to all of those people and encourage them to continue with that funding, because it's important to everyone, not just the librarians. It's a service for you.
Yep, it's true. So, don't want to end on a heavy note. It's May coming up. Enjoy.
It's May. It's beautiful out.
Yes, it is
despite
beautiful
the
out.
weather yesterday,
Yeah.
we needed that.
We
If
did
you'll
need the
notice,
rain.
your grass is greener this morning.
Yep.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
green
It's
outside.
going to be a wonderful summer, I think.
All my kids can now ride bikes. So they're going to be out and about, and that's going to be an adventure.
It is. It's so wonderful when they can do that, and yet your life changes like crazy. You thought your head was on a swivel when they were just walking and running.
Yeah, and now they can zoom. So,
Now you got to swivel while you're riding a bike behind them.
and New Ulm is a great bike-friendly city.
It
so.
is. It is.
So
It's so much
get out
fun.
there, enjoy our community, check out our library of things for stuff to do at home and outside. We actually checked out the disc golf set that they had, and so
Oh
that
my
was fun.
gosh.
So we did that last
Yeah.
Saturday.
Nels Park is a great place to go. That's
Yep,
so
and-
pretty, and it's so much fun to walk that course.
There are 2 other courses in town
Oh,
too.
are there?
And they're,
I didn't even
they're-
know that.
They're listed in the bag.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
yeah.
That's
So
wonderful.
it's a great thing there. Lots of great things to check out there, and we hopefully will see you at the library, and we'll definitely see you next month. Get ready for summer reading. We'll see you next time.